So calm has been restored to Soshanguve following protests over a lack of water. Yesterday, residents blocked roads with burning tyres and bricks, demanding the restoration of services. Newzroom Afrika's Mohlaoli is there for us, joins us now live. And Tommy, how different are things looking this morning versus 24 hours ago?
Well, it's basically chalk and cheese, Ayanda. It is a totally different scene altogether. Traffic is traveling through the road that would be, of course, the R80 where I am standing. This is where the protests were at their most fiercest. I'm going to stand out of shot just to give you an indication of what's going. You can even see that school children are now able to go to school. That is the R80, and it is at the corner of Mohlaoli. This is where the most vociferous protests were going on, and this is where the roads were blocked, and this is where, of course, police were called upon to try and bring some law and order, but the residents said that they would not disperse until the water was restored. And of course, they were addressed by their councillor, Kulufelo Mashapa, who's Soshanguve Ward 35 councillor, who said this problem is a problem that is beyond his control because he has been appealing to the Tshwane Metro to try and get some help, because it's a long-standing issue of water. But they have since restored the water. Earlier, which was yesterday, I was out at a reservoir, and the officials from the city of Tshwane came to inspect what was happening and said that water would be installed by the end of the day. As of last night, most residents have water, and I can tell you that even the traffic lights behind me are now working. Earlier, there were appointments from Outsurance, but it seems that the electricity has also come back.
Yeah, and I suppose this, of course, will be welcomed, Tommy, but the real concern here is that it's driving home this message once again that if you want certain things done in this country, this is how you should respond to it in order to get there.
Yes, that is unfortunately the most saddest part about the outcomes of this service delivery protest. Many residents saying they had been complaining and raising their concerns with council for many weeks. They say that the status quo has been going on for many weeks, even months even, and there was no direct answer as to exactly why it is that these services were not being delivered without interruption. There was the issue that the residents had raised that despite the heavy downpour that we've seen in the last couple of months, they just simply couldn't understand why the water was not coming out of their taps. It is something of a mystery, Ayanda. I went up onto one of the reservoirs not far from here, and you could just see that the state of that particular facility left a lot to be desired. So it could possibly speak to an issue of maintenance. However, it was quite concerning and quite strange that after an official from the municipality was sent out to basically check what was happening and assured residents that the water would be connected and flowing out of the taps by late yesterday, that happened. Why that hadn't been done before is something that still eludes many residents, including the local councillor. What the councillor has been saying is that residents here are saying they don't mind paying for services. It's just that they have gotten to a point where they don't want to pay for services that aren't being delivered.
I think that's a fair request. Tumaole, thanks very much indeed. He's left us there from Soshanguve.